Not enough room.
4 minutes to 9. Their music formed part of the soundtrack of the 60s and 70s. Back then, the Kinks joined the British invasion of America. More recently, their story and songs were turned into a popular musical, Sunny Afternoon, helping to attract a new generation of fans.
Now they're tapping into that by releasing their very best of album. In a moment, we'll speak to frontman Ray Davies. Morning to you, Ray. Lovely to see you again. First, we're going to remind ourselves, if we need it, of some of the most famous hits.
You really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. Yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. Oh yeah, you really got me now. You got me so I can't sleep at night. You really got me. You really got me. You really got me. And I love to live so pleasantly. Live this life of luxury, blazing on a sunny afternoon in the summertime, in the summertime, in the summertime.
And Ray Davies is with us here now. Great pleasure to see you again, Ray.
Morning.
Yeah, good to see you.
So, just think, Sunny Afternoon, when you're singing that in black and white, you didn't look particularly sunny.
No, in the show, it's been running for nearly 2 years, the second year now in the West End. I wrote the song in a fit of real, not depression, but really bleak time because we had lots of business problems. And we were banned from America, so didn't look good in the future. So I wrote Sunny Afternoon, didn't I? An optimistic song. Seeing the clip there, I look, oh no, I'm doing it again.
But you were banned from America after there's a little fracas on stage at least one of your gigs. Certainly that's what how the story goes. Is that why you were banned, or was it?
Oh no, the fracas on stage was in Cardiff,
Yeah.
where my drummer tried to decapitate my brother. Just a small incident. But the real trouble started in America. A mixture of bad management, bad luck, and bad behaviour.
Right.
Yeah, the normal stuff. Yeah.
Toxic formula.
But it sounded, and Sunny Afternoon evolved from having to write a hit after going through all that, all the business disputes. And the first draft of the story was the making of the record. And we've kept that element in the show, and it's even people who know the songs are surprised by what they see in the show. So it's,
Let's have a little. Should we have a look at the show, actually? We've got a little
bits
clip
and pieces.
of the musical Sunny Afternoon. Let's have a look.
Your boys are destined to be stars, but it comes at a price. A willingness to cooperate, a willingness to compromise.
We've known each other since we was 10 years old.
Into the microphone.
Eh?
Into the microphone.
How do we look?
You look kinky.
Kinky.
Kinks! It's a good night.
Now, Ray, it's interesting. When you sort of think of the Kinks, you don't necessarily put them together with a musical, in my
why
view.
not? I write, all my songs are mini musicals.
Yeah. And it tells a story, doesn't it? It tells a story of...
Yeah, it's got a narrative, what they call a narrative.
Yes.
And looking at the clips, it's a wonderful cast. We workshopped the show for nearly 2 years before we took it on to Hampstead, and then it went to West End. It's fantastic. The new casts are incredible. We just recast 2 weeks ago. So the old cast have left. The new cast are just as great.
Do you get a say in who's you?
I try, but we normally go for what's the best option.
Right.
The very best of the Kinks is an album you brought out with all the songs from musical in it, as performed by the Kinks at the time and other stuff. I bought the Kinks' greatest hits in about 1976. And I'm slightly disappointed.
It's not my fault.
No, I know. I'm slightly disappointed because this new version is missing two of my favourite Kinks songs.
Why is that?
Autumn Almanac,
It's not in the show.
yeah, and Shangri-La.
Shangri-La, not in the show.
I know.
But there are songs in the that are not in the show that could have been, that were contenders. I think people going to the show think they know the Kings. You're obviously a big supporter, I won't say fan. People that go to the show say, I didn't realise they made that song. Because the songs are chosen because they fit the narrative.
Got to Stop Sobbing, for instance.
Yeah, Stop Sobbing's in it.
Yeah.
Sung in church. Won't go into that.
I hardly dare ask you, Ray, but will you ever do a kind of reunion?
Did
I like the way you
Did you hear what
laugh.
she just said? The reason I'm wearing this rather sort of camp scarf is because I cut myself shaving. I don't want to show the scars. It's all me under there. Reunions are difficult things.
Yeah.
It might happen anonymously in a bar one night.
Oh,
It's
really?
well, it's also a question after a certain length of time as to who you would reunite with, because they've been different.
Poor
lineups.
Pete, the bass player, who the character of Pete is in the show is lovable. Everybody falls in love with Pete. Apparently, Pete unfortunately died about 3 or 4 years ago, and I found out while I was on stage at Glastonbury, which was quite moving for me. But the rest of the band are around. I constantly hide from them.
Yeah.
But it's difficult on Facebook. They always contact me.
So if it were ever to happen, it would just be, we'd hear it after the event, presumably. Then.
Yeah. Amazingly, the cast in the show do little gigs. Cast did the Blackheath Festival, open air festival. And they're actors. They've never played a rock concert before.
And how does it go for them?
They're incredible.
Bands succeed or fail on the basis of their chemistry. And the chemistry in the Kinks was, fair to say, at times explosive.
That's the magic of the band.
Yeah.
And the sort of ability to adapt and have to write songs, write a ballad after someone's been punching somebody else out.
Well, because it's interesting with siblings in a band. You have bands like the Jackson 5, all brothers, who seem to get on very well. We had the Osmond brothers, all brothers seem to get on very well. The Oasis,
I think
two
with
brothers who didn't get on
I
very
think
well.
with the Kinks, it's more serious than that. It's more psychotic.
Yes.
And again, it comes through in the show, and I really recommend. Even Kinks hardened Kinks fans come to the show, and they say we didn't realise it was like that.
Yeah.
And it's attracting a new. The reason we put the best of out is because it's attracting a new audience who don't really know all the songs, and it's a surprise for lots of hardened fans to discover the work that wasn't so famous in Britain.
And what's lovely is those songs do stand the test of time. I mean, for instance, the reason I love Autumn Almanac so much is because, and Shangri-La, is kind of like, is a real social commentary of Britain at the time. It's a
In the
snapshot.
song, my character says, I think in song. And music has been my diary through life. So the songs just came together in the show. It's wonderful to see it on stage and entering its second year now.
Well, great pleasure to see you.
Good
Great,
to see
thanks
you.
very much.
Thank you. The new album is called Sunny Afternoon, the very best of the Kings.
Now, the author,